6 West Point spring breakers OD on fentanyl-laced cocaine in Florida.
Well, you know them spring breakers, they hit it hard, man.
They hit it hard till the sun goes down and until the sun comes back up. Fentanyl-laced cocaine in Florida. Boy, Florida, man, they're getting a bad rap these last couple of years, aren't they?
I mean, cocaine's an addictive drug, but fentanyl is basically like it's like heroin, almost. It's probably more, it's more addictive than cocaine, I would say.
Fentanyl is more addictive than cocaine.
Probably.
Where do you
I don't know if that's a straight fact.
I was just about to grill you on it to find out where you get your info from.
I know it's like a, how do I, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a substitute technically to like heroin. It's not as bad, but
fentanyl.
Yes. It's a very addictive like opioid. I mean, they have gel packs of it too, and you can like smoke it or whatever.
I'm out of my depth here. How the hell do you know all of this?
I mean,
you've been doing your research, son.
I dabbled back in the day with stuff, and it's not a proud thing always, but I've been around enough stuff to know a little bit about mostly anything.
So when you were younger, you may have done things, but we're not going to incriminate you here on the show.
Well, I mean,
what can
I don't do
right?
it anymore.
Statute
it's not like
of limitations.
I'm doing it.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that it's not a good thing. Yeah, for sure. I've tried the fentanyl.
And explain what you said it was again. It's
like a synthetic. What I was told, more like a synthetic
it?
heroin. They got pill forms too, or they got in like a gel pack. It's supposed to be like a patch, and I think they treat people also with it that are like recovering addicts.
Fentanyl is a patch that you stick to your skin,
but there's like a gel in it. Yeah, it can like soak through your skin. It's just like there's a liquid form basically. Yeah.
And it seems like it's something you can OD on pretty easily.
Well, it's a drug. Yeah, but
it's no more dangerous than like weed weed's not really dangerous at all, right? What would you compare it to?
Not weed.
Yeah, I've heard of cops.
Well, I just said it goes through your skin.
Right.
Just like the cops have died by it.
Yeah.
Well, man, they're getting some heavy stuff.
The you get in the patches are like
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I don't know. I tried the one stuff with somebody once and it was crazy, but
what's the worst, well, I don't want to ask you what the worst drug is that you've done, but are you willing to share that?
Some of that stuff.
Don't tell us.
Well, it's whatever. I don't do that stuff anymore, so.
Right. But this is from the New York Post.
I was younger days in high school, and it's after high school, I was a bum, man. I wasn't a bum, but I was being a bum.
Were you a super pothead? When you were,
yeah.
Well, how old were you when you started doing drugs, using and abusing drugs, young man? High school? That's crazy. Did you play any sports in high school?
High school, no. Not up in the upper echelon of high school, no.
I was going to play sports. But my parents didn't like the schedule. I was going to be a freaking baller football player, but my parents didn't like the schedule, so I got canned.
I did basketball for a while, and then that's all I did through. I mean, that's where in my time of life, that's what we could like afford.
You're still
just had to like buy shoes then,
You're still a pretty good basketball player. I've played with you before, kind of, not really, but I've watched you hoop around.
Yeah, I haven't in a long time. I definitely need to get back into that.
We should do a basketball game between the two of us this summer.
Yeah.
Put that on the show.
Man, we should. Well, how long are you being still?
How dare you say the name of where we live? I'm gonna have to bleep that out.
Well,
now.
Bleep it out. It gives you something to do.
God dang it!
Hey man, I don't think I'm just talking here.
I'm just kidding. With the flow keep going.
But
how long am I gonna be here?
You could do league. We could do a league too.
Oh, hell no. I don't have time for all that. I'm a busy man.
Once or twice. It's like once a week at night.
On weekends?
No.
Because I'm only ever here on the weekends, right? Yeah. Like this year, probably I'll be here only on weekends. Next.
Then he's like, now I'm leaving. I'm out.
Now because you want me to do sports.
Yeah. What? That sounds like I gotta
Work.
do something.
Sounds like I have to commit to something. I'm out of here.
Man, it'd be good for me. Be good cardio.
At like the rec center.
Yeah. A lot of running.
Dude, if I did not suck so horribly at basketball, you got to give me like some time to like, you know, give me some time. Let's go just by ourselves and like.
You could join like a co-ed volleyball team. They got those there. I mean, that seems pretty simple, right?
Volleyball, I actually like volleyball. I don't give a damn what anybody thinks about that.
Like I went from drugs to sports.
You want to read this article
I mean, we can go a little bit. We're definitely off topic here for sure. But anyways, yeah, I wasn't messing with enough stuff. So,
Yeah.
that's not, obviously it's not a good thing. Like they have problems with it. The opioid whole addiction thing in the U.S. is a bad thing.
It is a big problem. I'm still unsure of why everything is illegal. You know,
Well, that stuff's actually like physically like your body becomes addicted to it.
yeah, but that's okay. If you make that decision, shouldn't it be? But here's where that gets dicey. Like a situation where like a pimp or and it's prostitute. Like pimps will sometimes force prostitutes or their girls to like do drugs, and then they get them hooked on those drugs.
Oh, for sure.
So then if that drug is legal and the girl's hooked on it, the pimp will just let her go. She'll be ruined for the rest of her life, but nobody really does anything about it because they're like, it's a legal drug and she's choosing to do it. Like, so the line's a little blurred with making all drugs legal because people can still.
We don't make
like,
everything legal. You make, like other countries, they did. The reason they legalized like pot or weed or whatever you want to call marijuana, you want to use technical terms, but they legalized it and it brought rates down of doing other drugs because now it's legalized. Like you can go and do it freely. So they saw declines in like harder drugs in their country. Like Amsterdam, for instance, their drug problem's probably just as high as it ever was before now. But when they first did it, I mean, all I know is I read that like they said like it dropped rates on a lot of other drug abuse, like a good percentage. So that's one of the reasons they did do it, I think.
Is that the case in like Colorado?
Well, the thing is people are doing it anyways. And the government's losing millions of dollars on money they could be making. Like people are going to go buy it anyways. So why not use it to like your government's advantage to like profit off of it?
Well, it is legal now in Colorado.
And yeah, that's what I'm saying, but it wasn't always.
Yeah.
And that's why people are doing it because I mean, so many people do it anyways.
That's the biggest complaint though.
Why not profit off of it, right? And why, I mean, that's the way they see it, I'm sure.
Yeah, but isn't that the biggest complaint of everyone is when the government gets their hands in your personal crap like that? It's like, we're going to keep it illegal and you have to do massive jail time for a little plant unless you give us a little bit of the money. Now you can
they can regulate it, yeah, and you have they can say who or can and can't sell it.
Right.
Yeah.
I understand that, and that's wrong. Right?
It's like any other business.
I can grow and sell tomatoes to my friends, and I don't get arrested
but
for
there's
that.
still like, as a business, there's still certain things you have to do in order to sell those, right?
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, they still have, you still have stipulations on certain things.
Like, for instance, he sells eggs. Does have any kind of, wow, damn it, do I got to bleep his name out? So-and-so sells eggs. Does he have to have a license to be selling those eggs to us?
He's probably not making enough money to actually be considered a business, though. Because you have to make so much money a year to have to actually like claim that money.
Right. So if weed was completely legal,
I think
wouldn't the price drop of weed? Wouldn't it drop?
If
weed was completely legal everywhere, wouldn't the price drastically go down?
Not if they can regulate how much it is. Why would it go down? They can decide how much it should be charged. Just like gas, right? There's a tax on everything.
I'm saying
they can decide how much.
No, I'm not. I'm saying the government stays out of it. They just say it's legal now. We're not going to regulate.
Well, then everybody could grow it at home. Yeah.
Right. So then the price drops.
And can't they still? I mean, now that they legalize it, can people? Some places still allow, like California and stuff, you can grow.
I think you can grow your own, but I don't think you can sell it. unless you have a
No, but
license.
you can keep so much on you. Yeah, you after you have so much like on you, it's considered intent to sell.
Yeah.
Like there's a certain amount, but it's not illegal to grow it. No. Our mic's not on again.
No, it is. I was just wondering if my sound was playing.
Eventually, the whole United States will. I'm assuming. Eventually, it'll be a thing.
I could care less. You know, I don't have any plans.
When I'm older and I'm not doing nothing, man, I'm not saying I'm not gonna.
You're gonna be a pothead, son. We'll do it here on the show.
I'll do my things, enjoy my time.
But in the meantime,
you only live once, right?
Yeah.
So
in the meantime, how about a little cocaine? You down for some coke? Ladies and gentlemen,
Coca-Cola.
Well, listen to this, okay? Because people are dying from cocaine now. So cocaine, here's the thing that I don't get about cocaine.
Oh, I see where you're going. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah. Nice little segue. Yeah. Cocaine, because I've watched like drug documentaries, and I've watched the price of cocaine and how it comes from the person who manufactures the coca leaves or whatever, then the person that he takes it to, and you watch the price just go up, 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 up. Then it gets to people like, you know, dealers in the United States, and they are super greedy, you know, so they'll take it, even though they're making a massive profit already, just as they get it, they'll still take it and cut it with, and
as long
now
as they don't get busted by the people they're buying it from. Because that's an issue too. If those people find out,
yeah,
they're taking you out.
Yeah. So cutting a drug, like some people might not understand that. Do you know the exact, like, what is cutting a drug? It's basically it would be like taking sugar, a cup of sugar, and taking half of it and putting flour in there, right?
You just like anything, you're adding the weight because you go based off like the weight and size, right? So they're adding stuff to it so they can break it up more to make more of it.
Yeah, it's essentially diluting what you have to create a bigger quantity that you can sell. But people
said they add other stuff that is just as addictive. Yeah.
Now they're adding fentanyl.
Crushing pills and adding it to it.
Yeah, this article from the New York Post says 6 West Point football players on spring break in Florida overdosed on fentanyl-laced cocaine. Football players doing cocaine. Who'd have thought?
Yeah, who would have thought?
Leaving 2 in critical condition, authorities and reports say Friday. So I don't know. This doesn't say anybody died. They just overdosed, which... Ugh.
But people have died. I mean, the death rate's up from people are ODing from it. It's not just these people that it happened to.
Right. How much cocaine do you have to do to overdose? Like, let's talk
fentanyl.
U.S. measurements, like a tablespoon. Is that going to make your nose bleed and stuff? If you inhale a tablespoon of cocaine.
It's just like anybody. Everybody has like their own
limit.
Basically, yeah. Like the next person isn't necessarily going to OD because the other guy did. Like their body might be able to take it, you know?
Right.
Everybody has their own limits on what their body's willing to do or handle, you know?
And I suppose there's no way to test, like, if you got cocaine laced with fentanyl. There's not like one of those little vials that you put it in and shake it up.
There might be a dropper. There's probably something you could drop in it to see if it's like pure. Obviously, they test it.
Right.
I mean, you can tell if it's pure, if it's been cut with something else.
I would imagine, it would be my guess that if you're just a normal human being and you're walking around on the streets and you tell your friend, hey, get me some cocaine, and your friend goes and gets you cocaine, it's almost a guarantee that is not going to be pure cocaine, right?
It depends on your friend, I guess. How good of friends are you with this friend? Is it like a real friend?
Well, it's the United States.
The guy you just talked to when you need something.
Yeah. It's the United States of America, and you know a guy who knows a guy, and he knows a guy, and they all like come back with this little vial of cocaine. It's almost a guarantee that that's not pure cocaine. That's been probably cut maybe many times, and you're gonna get you could potentially end up like these football players, just absolutely, unless you're in like Colombia. You know, it's probably not a really safe bet to buy cocaine. I mean,
you don't know, but like you said, you try to trust. There's obviously people like growing up. I knew I'd have friends, and you know who you're going to go to because you know what you're going to get.
Okay, I understand trusting that guy, but that guy it's not like he's growing the stuff. That's my point. Like even that guy's going and getting it.
He might be getting more of a soul. Like he might be going. there's people that get it handed down from them from 3 different people, and then you got friends that are going straight to the guy selling it.
That's the friend that you need to have if you're going to be in the business of doing cocaine. But obviously students like this, they don't give a damn. They're just like, yeah, let's get drunk and do some cocaine, bro. So they're stuffing this stuff, and God knows what's in it anymore. And like Dave was saying earlier, you know, cops even drop dead, you know, from handling drugs sometimes because, and like you were saying earlier, like it goes through your skin. It absorbs into your skin.
Especially if you're like sweating or something, you know, your pores are opened up.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've watched a video actually on that where a cop was like sorting through drug evidence and he just like dropped right there. I was like, Jesus, man, you didn't even do anything.
That he wasn't wearing gloves. I feel like a cop.
I think he was wearing gloves and it still got him somehow. Like the dust or whatever.
In his eyes?
Maybe. Now, that's another good question, like talking about cops and how they handle drugs and stuff. Would the cop fail his drug test? And then what would you say, right? Like,
it'd be easy to get out of one.
You're narcotics. Yeah, you just tell him I was going through a whole freaking like drug bust earlier this month. Like,
you got to think the ones that go undercover to like actually go down low key to bust people.
They've got
them guys are doing drugs.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because you're not getting to those people without doing something. Like, you got to prove like you're not some like a god.
Yeah, you're not a loser.
And how's he going to prove it?
I wonder if cops have ever, because you see in movies, cops will actually kill somebody too, just to prove that they're not a cop. I wonder if a cop in real life's ever done that. Like,
I'm sure.
Actually kill someone just to prove to this group that you're not a cop. I ain't no snitch.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, I told you to watch that show, that White Boy Rick that was on Netflix.
I watched 80% of that. And
did you watch about the cop?
Yes, but I need to read.
And he was doing some dirty, and he was a movie star. Like he was making movies.
That was freaking, that's a sketchy show.
And he's doing sketchy ass stuff, like in real life. Mm-hmm. So
the lines get blurred for police officers. Well, I don't know. People in power, the lines are blurred. For us,
in general,
yeah,
all around the board.
For people, normal human beings, you can't afford. You know, the point of this whole video, you can't afford to get caught with your pants down doing freaking off the cuff drugs like this where you don't know where they came from. You just can't trust people. You know, weed, I understand buying weed from your friends, right? You get into other drugs.
You're not going to OD on weed.
Yeah, you're not going to OD on weed, but you start diving into the rest of the drugs that are available, and it just gets really sketchy and hairy, and it's not necessarily going to be worth your time to even do it, I don't think. Like, it's not worth, not unless you know, like the guy that grew it and made it, he's the one that gives it to you. You're like, okay, this is the real stuff. And then you're really running the risk of really destroying your life because you could get seriously hooked on that stuff.
Yeah, I've had friends that got seriously messed up. I know people that have died from doing stuff. So, like, it's sketchy.
I've always thought to myself, like, if I was hooked on drugs, I could just stop. Like, I'm Jared Jackson. I would just quit, you know, but
some people definitely have more control over that than others.
Right. But it's strange when you see people like that have been destroyed to the point where they're like stumbling around in public, like wearing rags, and they're like, they look like these, you're like, how can you not understand what you're doing to yourself? And why don't you just quit?
One question you should ask is like, are you a person that has an addictive personality?
No, I'm not.
But some people are like my boss, right? He kind of does.
Yeah.
Somebody that does.
That's true.
Like, if you gave him something like that, like, I feel like he couldn't stop himself.
Right. I can understand that aspect of it for sure. Now, especially when you put it into that way, 100% now, I can see why some people can't stop themselves. And it's terrifying to watch those people, and it sucks, dude. It's very sad to watch people like that quit. Or
just one more time, man. Just one more.
Yeah, just give me one more hit.
I do that every day. Was it like, I'm bad right now trying to like get to the gym and like work out. Like, I even use that as a situation. Like, I'm like, one more day. I can wait one more. No, man, I gotta stop saying that. It's just gotta be now. Like,
this is BTG squad, son. You gotta represent properly. What are you doing?
I got next week. Monday. Actually, tomorrow morning. Let's put it that way.
Or just
Obviously, ain't
inhale
gonna
that.
happen. Let's go downstairs right now. That's almost where you got to go with it, though.
Hey, man, I'm planning on doing videos out on the lake this year, and we're going to be doing backflips off our kayaks.
Man, I ain't do no backflips.
I'll do one.
I'll
You
off
gotta
your
be.
kayak.
I'm going to try one off the kayak.
Man, how
I
you
think
get
it's
back in?
possible. I've been working out. I can get back in the kayak. I'm pretty sure I
I
can.
don't think so. I think
Well,
you're gonna tip it over.
Well, we're going to find out. And if
How you? I just don't. I mean, I'm not saying you can't. I just don't understand how you.
I think I can do it.
because I
let's
feel like
try
it'd be
it
really
out.
easy to tip it over.
It's going to be a good video, son. Let's
well,
try
let's
it
go to
out.
somewhere not. I
Around.
think I'm gonna like grow another head off my shoulders.
All right, well, where should we go? Maybe
Like,
don't say the town.
Fresher water.
Yeah. We'll go to a fresher lake and we'll do it. But I want to do a backflip off my yak this summer. You're going to film that crap. And we're going to see if I can get back in. And if I can't and I die, like, so be it. It was my time to
And
go,
I'm lucky
son.
when I can crawl out of my kayak.
Maybe we'll
we're on
try
good
it.
terms that time.
We'll try it in some shallow water first and see what happens. And then we'll go out to the deep. I would love to get some more swimming done this year, man. That's a freaking phenomenal exercise.
Yes, you got to get in your yak this year.
Yeah. We have to make the time. That's our problem. We have to make time. I'll take a week off of work and come back here, and then it's
I
up
want
to
to go
you.
somewhere with mine, like somewhere I've never been. I think that'd be more fun.
Well, I go somewhere I've never been every time when I'm,
I'm
with
talking
your
about
mom.
taking the yak with though, and like going in water somewhere.
No, when I'm with your mom, I go places I've never been before.
Man, your mom takes me places I've never been,
Can we be adults?
and then I always want to go back.
Do you boldly go where no man goes?
We do boldly go, Dave. We go to your mom's house not because it is easy, but because it is hard. That's it. The two of us have ruined this video. I don't know what we were supposed to be talking about, but it was something about fentanyl and cocaine.
Yeah,
I hope we got our
talked about
message
drugs.
across. Yeah. Now we're talking about moms and kayaks, and it's done. We've gone too
Yeah.
far.
We got to cut ourselves off, man. So, I mean, drop them beats.
God dang it. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess the beats have been dropped.
Drop them beats.
The skis has spoken. There's nothing more I can do. We're going to catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
Peace.
Where are the aliens? Maybe they're among us. I don't know.